Hello guys, today I'll be sharing my dread journey with you in steps, like baby steps, from the very beginning and to where I'm at now. So let's just jump right to it. So talking a little bit about hair texture, when I was a little girl I had such a thin hair, like I couldn't grow my hair long at all because my hair was very thin. I've just found a small photo for you to see how thin my hair was back then, and you can also see the color from when I was very young. So what do you think? Have I changed a lot or no? I don't know. But it's very crazy because when you see me like that and you compare with my teenage years, it's so crazy to see. Because in the beginning of the teen years my hair just got really crazy and really wild and really thick, and just it was really hard to control. It was just very thick and curly, and yeah, I pretty much look like a lion because I'm also a redhead. So it was really crazy, and I thought I would share a picture of that as well, because that was pretty much also my hair texture when I got my dreadlocks. So here you go. So that was basically also what my hair texture was like just before I had my dreadlocks done. So before getting dreadlocks I had some thoughts, of course I had. The thing that was scaring me the most was the thought of me regretting having my dreadlocks made. Like if I was thinking, oh, that was really a horrible idea, I look like an idiot, or it was just too hard for me to control my dreadlocks, then what options would I have? Was it possible to brush them out, or will I have to cut my hair? In the beginning that was a thought that I had and a consideration. And after I found out that it was possible to brush out my dreadlocks, then I had really no considerations or things that I was afraid of or anything. So I remember a couple of months before I turned 19, I decided that I would do this, and my family wasn't very supportive of this, and my friends from school weren't very supportive, so I felt kind of alone. But I decided that I was gonna do this. Like I told my mother, if you have problems with parents not being supportive as well, then what I told my mom was that I don't want to be 40 and looking back on my life and thinking that there was something that I should have tried for myself that I didn't do because people weren't supportive. Like, if I want to do this and I regret it later, then so what? If I don't do this and I regret not doing it when I'm 40, then that would just be, it would be so sad. So that was my argument, and I decided that I was going to do this. So what I did was that I called a shop in Copenhagen. I had some people that I went to boarding school with. I know the boarding school is not the correct word, but I went to the school with people that have had their dreadlocks done in this shop in Copenhagen. So I asked those friends, and I had a phone number, and I contacted the shop. And I remember clearly that day that I was so scared of them not having the time to make these dreadlocks, or maybe it would be so expensive that I would just think, no, I'm not gonna do it. But I remember I called them, and I was so nervous because I have some weird thing that I can't really phone people that I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me, but so this day was really, I was so nervous, but I called them, and I had a lady in the phone, and I asked her what the price would be, and I told her about my hair, and we talked for a little, and then I asked her if she had the time to make my dreadlocks on the 4th of May, 2 days after my birthday, and she said yes. And I promise you, when that conversation was over, I was jumping around in my apartment just like, yay, I'm going to have dreadlocks. And then it was the 4th of May, and I woke up and took the train to Copenhagen, and I was just so excited, even though I was going to spend 7 long, painful hours in the shop. getting my dreadlocks. And I remember other people coming in the shop and they were going to have like just normal extensions and things in their hair, and they were like, what, are you doing that because you want to? And oh, that looks hurtful, it looks like it hurts. And it really did, and it was 7 painful hours, but it was really worth it. My dreadlocks were made with the method back combing, and I had extensions in my dreadlocks in the beginning. They extended my hair in the way that they took like a section in my hair, and then they took some hair and they added the extensions up here with some glue. And in most of my dreadlocks, both the extensions and the glue has been falling out, or I've cut it out by time. Like an example, in this one there's no glue anymore, and there's not in this one either. Yeah, it's hard to find one with glue, but there is a couple of dreadlocks left with a bit of glue in them. But yeah, back combing and extensions, and after 7 hours I looked like this. Yeah, so after having my dreadlocks done, I couldn't sleep on my head for 3 days. I know that sounds a bit crazy, but those Afro ladies that made my dreadlocks, they really weren't that concerned about me getting my sleep or not. They just did a wonderful job, and I really liked my dreadlocks, and the 3 days of not sleeping, that really didn't harm me that much. I could just sleep afterwards, but it was because they had made the dreadlocks so tight to my scalp that it was just really hurtful, and it was very tight and very painful in the beginning, but it was worth it because I loved them. Even though they looked really silly and really crazy in the beginning because they were so tight, and they just really didn't look very natural. Already after a month they looked like that. And I think that's much better, and now they just are a bit shorter and a way more natural, if you ask me. So in the beginning they needed a lot of attention, like I did a lot of maintenance, I don't know, to keep them in dreadlocks, because somehow they kept falling apart and just turning into normal hair. So I did a lot of back combing in the beginning, I did some palm rolling, and then I used some hair gel, and I think that was pretty good. I used, it was actually not a specific dreadlock gel, it was just a gel with no perfume or other chemicals that I used, and it was just because I also had a lot of small loose hair that I used this gel just to get the dreadlocks to stay together. Also, a lot of people don't really know if they are supposed to wash their hair after having dreadlocks made, and I don't know if it was a good idea, but because the scalp was so itchy and it was really hurtful, I washed my hair like every day in the first 3 days or something. It was really, I really washed it a lot. And I also did that in the first 5 months, even though that's where they are supposed to settle down, and you're supposed to like try to just keep them into dreadlocks and maybe not wash your hair 3 times a week as I did. But I've always washed my hair kind of a lot, also having dreadlocks, and I think that they turned out alright, so I don't know, I just did it. So after 5 months of really trying to maintain them and keep them into dreadlocks, they had finally like settled down and they kept into dreadlocks now. I didn't have to work on them anymore. But I have to say, in the first 5 months I got a lot of loose hair in the first 5 months, and that's also where I made like these two in the front. I made those myself because I made them out of a lot of loose hair that really didn't belong anywhere, so I thought I could just as well make 2 dreadlocks out of those. So I actually made these myself, and yeah, so just to let you know that you're probably going to have some loose hair in the first part of your dreadlock journey, and you can make those into dreadlocks or just get them back into some of the other dreadlocks as well if that's what you want. And also just a fun fact, I don't know, in the beginning I had 73 dreadlocks and now I have 60. I have a lot of dreadlocks that have grown together by time, so I think that's really the answer to why I have less dreadlocks today than I had back then. I have one combo dreadlocks, I think they're called combos, right? With three dreadlocks that have turned into one. So I think that's the reason to why I have 60 dreadlocks now instead of 73. After 5 months they started to shrink, get shorter, a lot shorter. Like they really started to get thick and really took a lot of the length, and the rest of the extensions kind of just fell out. Also because I had an experiment. I wanted to have my tips dyed or bleached actually, and that just made the extensions die and kind of just really, they just fell off. So I have a very little amount of extensions left, if I even have any extensions left in my dreadlocks. So what I have left is my natural hair, and yeah, I think that's pretty nice, I have to say. In the beginning I thought it was nice to have extensions because my hair was kind of short when I just had my dreadlocks made. But now I'm really happy with my dreadlocks, and I like that it's just my own hair and not someone else's hair. So now I really don't do a lot of maintains anymore. I bought a crochet needle like after, I don't know, half a year having dreadlocks or something. I don't know, maybe later, maybe it was 1 year before I bought one. I haven't used it a lot. I sometimes use it if I think that my new growth is getting too crazy, but in the last few months I haven't done any maintenance at all, and I probably won't do it. I don't think my dreadlocks need it. If they start to like fall apart and get into normal hair, which they're probably not, then I'm not going to maintain it. I'll just let them be. I think that's pretty cool, and it's pretty interesting to see what they have planned to do just by themselves. So I wash with a normal shampoo, not a dreadlock shampoo, just a normal shampoo without perfume, chemicals, any just bad things for dreadlocks. You should try to keep the shampoo as natural as possible, both for your scalp, because it's pretty hard to wash out your shampoo like 100%. So if you don't want to harm your scalp or your dreadlocks, then try to keep your shampoo as natural as possible. So that's pretty much what I've done. I use a very natural dandruff shampoo thing, and I've done that for about a year, I think, of my dreadlock journey, and I'm really happy with it. So yeah, that's basically what I do, and I think I wash my hair twice a week, maybe sometime more in the summer, and yeah. I know it's winter right now and I wash them twice a week, so yeah. Yeah, so now like 21 months later I am here with my dreadlocks, and I am still very happy with them. Yeah. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you. Please, if this was helpful for you, please give this video a thumbs up. That means a lot. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon, and bye.